All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we're making a place. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Yeah.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Friday, or September 30th, 2022. October's tomorrow. Hard to believe it's already October. It's just been flying by. Got a big weekend of sports coming up. We're going to break down some of the days at Major League Baseball games. Give you some picks for today's games. Then we'll get out picks for some NCAA football. I think Dad had some for today. Kind of talked a little bit about yesterday. I have some for tomorrow as well. And I have NFL, and I put together an NFL underdog money line parlay and a college football underdog parlay as well that we'll talk about. Uh, um, Joined by my dad, Tony Gonzalez, as always. How's it going, Dad?
Oh, going pretty good. I'm excited about the weekend. We got a lot of, the Colts got a big game with Tennessee, and then big college game. Of course, OIU. I'm a big IU fan. How they do against Nebraska, and of course we've got a big game with a huge wrestling show we're going to be going to. So it should be a good weekend.
Oh yeah, should be a good weekend. Should be a fun night tomorrow night for DCCW Cornfield Carnage. If you're a pro wrestling fan, tune in tomorrow with us. At the show, we're going to be live streaming. You're going to have hardcore legend, WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley will be there. Who knows why he'll do? You never know why he does what he does when he's in attendance at a show. He'll be doing meet and greet, autographs, all that stuff. So if you get to the Indiana area, Jay County or Portland, Indiana, Jay County Fairgrounds, tomorrow night, October 1st, doors open at 6, all times at 7. Not only do you have Mick Foley, you're going to have WWE legend, the Boogeyman, who we know for sure will be in action in a big match. That should be a great match. Both of them will be doing meet and greet. You can get autographs, pictures, other merchandise. There's going to be a lot of different show merchandise available. But if you're around the Indiana area and you can get to it, come check it out. I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. DCCW always puts on a great show. There's still there's still a few second and third row tickets left for $25. General admission is $15. Now, if you wait till tomorrow, day of the show, it's $5 more. You can get tickets at jcountyfair.com today, or if you're around this area, I think until sometime this evening, you can actually go to the Jay County Fair and get tickets. But you can get them online, jcountyfair.com. But if you're planning on going, get them today for one. I did see a post earlier today that the tickets have been flying off the shelf per se. So if you're going to get tickets, get it because this could very well be a sellout. Once they're gone, they're gone. So don't wait till tomorrow thinking that you're just going to be able to go get there and get one. You might be able to, but there could be a chance that you can't as well.
Go back real quick about the Boogeyman. I seen him last year, and he was all through the audience, through the crowd, interacting with the crowd and the kids and the adults. Put on a great show, feeding people worms if they wanted worms. He puts on a great show and very interactive with the crowd. It's really cool. It's different than going to a WWE event or something like that. Now, I'm not putting WWE events down. It's just a different thing. This is going to be more
different atmosphere.
Yeah. But at the most, I think that building holds maybe 500, 600, 700, 800 people. So it's going to be a very intimate crowd, and there'll be a lot of interaction, wrestlers to the fans. And I know I've heard a lot of good things about Mick Foley. Never met him, but I heard he's very interactive
Can't
and
wait to get to meet him.
really cool with the fans. So it's going to be a great night. So hopefully people turn out and at the house and expect a really good time. Probably going to be a long night because you know, the meet and greets. They'll probably run a little long and stuff, but it's going to be a great show. So everybody hopefully go and have a good time.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to meet Mick Foley tomorrow. But if you'd like to check out the wrestling show Dad's talking about, where he got to see Boogeyman, you can check that out on our YouTube page at Gonzo Sports Room. It was actually about a year ago. It was in last October. It's DCCW Harvest Havoc. And then there's also about 30 or 35 other independent pro wrestling shows that we went and live stream, do live commentary for. You can watch the matches. Go check them out on our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. Let's jump into some. We'll start with Major League Baseball today. Then we'll get into the college. We'll get into football because there's a lot more football games than there is baseball. I'm gonna go through every baseball game because we're going to do more football today. So, but we'll go through some of them now. Like
Oh, the Yankees have been hot lately.
Drunk says Colts over Broncos is easy money. I agree with you. It's easy money, but that's going to be on Thursday night. It's Thursday night, not Monday night. But yes.
We got Tennessee this week.
But yeah, Drunk, Mick Foley will be coming through tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. He said y'all got Mick Foley coming through. That's lit. Oh yeah, I'm excited about it. Should be an awesome time. Tomorrow night, like I said, you can watch it live on the Gonzo Sports Room Network, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at 7 p.m. Eastern, and also live on the All Sports All Plays Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well. So a lot of different ways to watch it. But like I said, if you live in this area, we'd love to see you at the show. We want to see a packed house at the show. It just makes for a better atmosphere. And I don't think that's going to be. I think the house is going to be packed though. I really do, just from what I've heard about ticket sales and everything. Should be a great time. But in baseball right now, we have a couple of games that's already started. You have the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals playing right now. That game's in the bottom of the seventh inning with the Phillies up 3-1. Then you have Nationals playing right now. Let me check this out. Then you have Cincinnati and Chicago. The Chicago Cubs and the Reds are playing right now in Chicago, bottom of the third. Cubs are up 6-1 now over the Reds. It was 3-1 when I just turned the game on here about 5 minutes ago. I hate to say it, I do like those Cubs uniforms, though. I like those all blue with the Wrigleyville on the front. They are not nice. They look like an old school uniform. I like them, even though can't stand the Cubs, but I will say that it's a decent uniform.
Different colorful Cubs. I like.
He said, I'd love to come, but I'll live in St. Louis. Sure, it's going to be a great time. Hey, like I said, if you're not busy, jump on the live stream. We'll be live, and you'll be able to see all the matches. If whatever Mick Foley does, you'll be able to see that. You'll be able. I mean, we'll do live commentary for all the matches, and you get to watch all the matches as well. So yeah, check out the live stream. Drunk also says that his cards will clinch the division. Yep, my son was talking about that today because he's a Cardinals fan as well. I don't know how he became a Cardinals fan. Well, I do just to go against us, pretty much.
He became big.
But yeah, Pujols. Yeah, he's a big Pujols fan. Pujols and Larry Fitzgerald are probably two of his favorite athletes he's had of all time. Now he's a big Tyler Murray guy. But, yeah, Pujols and Fitzgerald was always his guy, especially growing up.
I agree with Fitzgerald and Pujols. I'm not sure about Murray.
I wouldn't be a Cardinals fan either. I'd just be a Pujols fan. That's just me, but I'm also a Cincinnati Reds fan. So
yeah, I've got my red shirt on, even though I've told everybody I'm a Dodgers fan now.
But in Major League Baseball, first game I want to talk about a little bit. You got the Baltimore Orioles at the New York Yankees. Yankees are 1.5 run favorites, minus 178 on the money line, and the Orioles are plus 150 on the money line. Over unders at 7.5. I like the Yankees in this game. Yankees are on an 8-game home win streak. Aaron Judge is still trying to break Maris's record, which he tied. He got to 61. He hasn't got to 62 yet, and he's in contention for the Triple Crown. So that's something interesting to watch for. I'd like to see him get the Triple Crown. To me, the Triple Crown is more impressive than getting the 62 over 60 home runs.
I agree.
You get that triple crown. I mean, there's just a few guys in history that's ever been able to do that, and that's something that you don't see very often. I think it was 10 years ago. I think 10 to 12 years ago when Cabrera done it was the last time it's been done. And everybody that's ever got the triple crown has also got the MVP that year. Uh, it's gonna be interesting to see what these baseball writers do because I think he should get the MVP even if he don't get the triple crown just because the year he's had. But I can see these baseball writers might give it to Ohtani. Even I don't know how you give it to Ohtani. I know Ohtani pitches and he bats. I understand all the hype behind that, but his team has a losing record. Judge has been one of the best players in the league and the best player on a team that could very well be in the World Series.
I agree with you. Angels didn't do anything last year. Downtown, he got it last year. Most valuable, I thought.
He might have lost.
Yeah, I think he did, and he had a better year this year than he had last year. That would be a lot of people. I agree with you. Triple crown and finish 2 out of the 3, and the other one you're 1 point off or whatever.
Yeah, he's leading like almost every stat category.
I agree. I think he deserves the most valuable player. And then another thing with that, Ohtani don't play. Ohtani don't play every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he doesn't make hits, but he don't usually play in the field that much. So I think that's a difference too. I'm not trying to put pitchers down because I'm not saying pitchers shouldn't be an MVP. But
another game I like today in Major League Baseball: Boston Red Sox at the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays are 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 196 on the money line. Red Sox are plus 164 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. For the Red Sox, you're going to have Pivetta on the mound. For the Blue Jays, you have Manoah on the mound. I like the Blue Jays in this game at home. Red Sox don't have nothing to play for. Blue Jays they're going to make the playoffs, but they were chasing the Yankees there, trying to get that division. They're not going to get the division. They're going to get a wild card. But right now, the Blue Jays are they're trying to stay in rhythm, go into the playoffs hot here, finish out these last 5 days of the season that we have. So I like the Blue Jays here at home against the Boston Red Sox.
Go back to the Yankees just for a second. Yeah. They 8-game winning streak at home. A month ago, 6 weeks ago, people were writing the Yankees off because they had that terrible leadership. That's all forgotten. I mean, they're starting to play good baseball again, and that's why I try to tell some people saying, "Oh, it's over. The Yankees ain't no way they're going to come."
Baseball, you play so many games that you're going to have a slump. I mean, when you play 162 games in the season, you're not always going to be on top of your game. Injuries.
Yes.
I mean, guys just not. I mean, guys that even play maybe not show up 100% invested in the game just because it's such a long season. So, yeah, you can't really, especially the good teams that you know are good. You can't freak out if they have a 10 or 15 game stretch where they're not playing great.
We've seen a lot, many times, not necessarily the best team in the World Series. It's a team that gets hot.
No, yeah, you listen a couple years ago when the Washington Nationals won the World Series. They were the worst team in baseball the first half of the season.
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
They come out of nowhere. They weren't playing very good.
Atlanta wasn't playing very good before the All-Star break. Lost to Acuna. Everybody thought they were going to be done, and then they went on fire. And then they got on fire going into the second half of the season, and they was able to carry that on all the way throughout the playoffs. So, yeah, baseball's a tricky game, and it's a lot about momentum, and there's different ways you can get that momentum, and sometimes you can get it real easy, and once you get it, it stays with you sometimes. I mean, you just see teams like, man, it's like almost like they're destined to win sometimes. They just get it seems like every break goes their way. Just like any championship, you got to have some of the breaks go your way. You got to have the ball bounce your way sometimes.
I know a lot of people are going to say, right now the Yankees and the Astros are probably, Dodgers. But I tell you, I think it's going to be very easy for a team like the Mets, St. Louis, or Atlanta. And it wouldn't be shocking if somebody like Toronto got playing good.
I'm sticking with my pick again the season. The Mets.
I picked the Dodgers. So I'm going to stick with it.
I had Mets against the Yankees, and I had the Mets winning it all. I'm gonna stick with it. think if the Mets can stay healthy, especially getting Scherzer back now, and if he can stay healthy with him and DeGrom, the rest of the pitching staff they have, I just think in a 7-game series, they could be if they get hot, they could be real dangerous.
Dodgers got a heck of a
Yeah,
they really
Dodgers do too.
now. Right now they're struggling a little bit with the bullpen. Bullpen is-
The other thing that scares me about the Dodgers is we've seen them so many times look like the best team in the league and get in the playoffs and just
Crap.
yeah.
They've done it quite a bit. One thing I'm envious. I would like to have a team that
Oh yeah,
play like that and make the playoffs every year.
yeah. I'd rather have that than a
Competitive.
team that don't make the playoffs
And
don't even.
trades everybody away.
Yeah.
Prospects when they get good. Oh, let's send them somewhere else.
I mean, and just like this game we're watching here, these are two teams right here, Cubs and Reds. Either one's had great seasons. Both of them have a lot of potential in their minor league system. But Cubs have been a little bit better about waiting that out and letting them guys develop and keeping them, where the Reds don't keep
Well, they get all-star players, and then who made the all-star this year? That's fan. Let's do it up.
Other game I like in Major League Baseball, the Cleveland Guardians, the Kansas City Royals at the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians are 1.5-run favorites at home, minus 138 on the money line. Excuse me. The Royals are plus 118 on the money line. Over-unders at 7 runs. You have Singer on the mound for the Royals. Savali on the mound for the Guardians. I like the Guardians in this game a lot. The Royals have nothing to play for. Guardians are going to win their division, and the Royals have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Guardians have been playing good baseball here as of late as well. So I like the Cleveland Guardians here against the Baltimore. I think they say the Baltimore Royals, Kansas City Royals. I don't know where that came from. And then another game in baseball that I like. I think I probably will watch some of this game tonight. It's going to be, I think, it'll be a great game. You have the New York Mets at the Atlanta Braves, and these two teams are still trying to decide or battling to see who's going to win that division. Their division, they're in the same division, and their records are almost identical. I mean, they're right there. This series this weekend could very well decide who's going to win this series. And tonight you have a great pitching matchup as well. But the Mets are 1.5-run favorites on the road. They're minus 132 on the money line. The Braves are plus 112 on the money line. Over-unders at 6.5 runs. On the mound for the Mets, you have Jacob deGrom. On the mound, hey, quit hitting my microphone with your tail, dude. On the mound for the Braves is Max Fried. So you got a great pitching matchup tonight with these two of these teams' aces. So if you're looking for something to watch tonight, great. There's some college football on tonight. But other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot of sports on besides college football and baseball. So granted, if there's not a college football game on night you're interested in, you're looking for something to watch, I'd recommend watching this Mets Braves game because I think this series could be kind of have a playoff feel to it because you know what I mean because the division's still on the line. You got 2 of their aces. Uh, I like the I like the Mets. Like I said, I took the Mets to win the World Series, but I'm not gonna lie, I like the Braves in this game because it's in Atlanta, and you're getting plus money on the Braves. You get the plus money on the Braves. They have their ace Fried on the mound. He's pitched real well. I know DeGrom's pitched real well as well. But just from a betting standpoint, I'm getting good value to take the Braves at home. Uh, and home field with the Braves can be a big deal too. Uh, and then another baseball game I think will be interesting tonight. Well, not really interesting, but I like. It shouldn't be interesting at all. But is the Seattle Mariners against the Oakland Athletics at the Seattle Mariners? I'm gonna change that. The Mariners are 1.5-run favorites. They're minus 245 on the money line. The Athletics are plus 200 on the money line. Over unders at 7. You have Woodchuck on the or Walchuk on the mound for the Athletics. Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners. I think it's going to be a real. I don't think it's going to be a real great game, but I do like the Mariners in this game. Mariners have been playing good baseball. Athletics have struggled almost all season. Athletics have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They only hit like 219 as a team. They struggle to score runs. I like the Mariners here, but Mariners are minus 245 favorites. I'm not gonna can't take the Mar I'm not gonna take the Mariners on the money line 'cause that's not a pick to give out at minus 245. I do like the Mariners though at the minus 1.5. I'd give up the 1.5 run, you get that minus 108 juice. I also like the under the 7 in this game. Uh, Neither one of these teams have the best offense in the league. Oakland don't score a whole lot of runs. I can see this being a low scoring. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. So I like the Mariners at the minus 1.5. All right. Them are all Saturday games. So, any other baseball games or anything that you got any thoughts on? That's pretty much. I mean, there's a few other games. That's the games I like. Though, like I said, since we're going to talk some college football and stuff, we're not going to go through every Major League Baseball game tonight. Uh, you want to move over to go ahead and move over to college football, and I'll give out my picks of the day for Major League Baseball toward the end of the show when we give out all of our picks. But NCAA, we'll start in college football. You have I know you had some games for tonight. I didn't have
Yeah.
any games for
Yeah,
tonight, so if you want to,
yeah, I just wanna I did it yesterday, but I'm gonna go through it again real quick. I had a Friday parlay that I did, at Houston minus 2.5, Tulane. I had Texas San Antonio minus 4, with Tennessee, and Washington minus 3.5 against UCLA. Games are tonight. Uh, Odds were 595, plus 595. So for example, $10 bet would be worth 69 cents.
parlay them together.
Those are my Friday picks, and then we do your Saturday. I got a Saturday, and then I got some NFL.
Saturday picks, Saturday games. I like Michigan minus 10.5 against Iowa. Iowa's just don't have much offense. They do have a real good defense, though. Uh, but I think the Michigan offense is going to be able to score some points. I like the dual threat quarterback with McCarthy at Michigan. Uh, I would like to get it at 10. It'd be nice to went down to at least 10. I'd rather that having a minus 10 than having the half. But I like Michigan in that game. And also, the next game I like is let me find the games. I can't remember who they play off the top of my head now. Oklahoma don't play Texas State. I can pull it up real quick. Texas Tech plays. I can't remember who Texas Tech plays now. I thought it would show me right here, but they're not showing me all the here. Not showing me all the games on. Pulled up the other way. There we go. Game. Now it should show me all the games. There it goes. Give me 1 second here. Oklahoma plays TCU. Oklahoma plays TCU. That's who they play. I like Oklahoma in this game. Uh, this morning or last night, Oklahoma was 6.5 point favorites. It's now went down to 5.5. I even like that better at 5.5. You can get Oklahoma at 5.5. I just don't think TCU is going to be able to keep up with Oklahoma's offense. Uh, and Oklahoma's defense is getting better, and I think they're going to keep getting better as the season goes on with that new coach. I think Oklahoma's just going to be a little bit too much for TCU, so I like Oklahoma at the minus 5.5. Another game I like is Texas Tech that you had mentioned against Kansas State. Uh, Kansas State is favored or is a pretty big favorite in this game. So Texas Tech is an underdog, but Kansas State's coming off a big win last week over Oklahoma. And how many times have you seen a school that isn't like a big powerhouse football school pull off a big win like that and come out the next time and have a letdown? So I like Texas Tech at the plus 7.5. Texas Tech has a good team. I know they're not ranked right now, but they have a real solid team. I just think 7.5 points could be too many points. I think that's going to be a close game.
Remember, I mean,
Yeah.
they're pretty solid.
I mean, I think it's going to be a real close game. So I think 7.5 points is just too many points. So I like Texas Tech plus 7.5 in that game. Other game I like, find it here is Oklahoma State. Of course, right off the top of my head, I should have wrote down who they were playing with. Oh, Baylor. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. It's tomorrow afternoon at 3:30, so I'm not going to get a chance to watch it. I'll be setting up for the wrestling show. But I like Oklahoma State. They're 2.5 point favorites, or excuse me, 2.5 point underdogs. Baylor is a 2.5 point favorites. I like Oklahoma State plus 2.5, or I'd even take them on the money line at plus 108. But I think Oklahoma State will win the game as well. It's kind of strange to me. It's funny. Oklahoma State's ranked ninth in the country. Baylor is ranked 16th in the country, but they got Baylor as a favorite, basically because Baylor's at home. Uh, I like Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma State plus 2.5. I mean, you could just take them on the money line if you want. Get about the same odds. At 2.5 points most of the time. Games are decided by at least three. So, and in my last college game is IU, Indiana University. I'm gonna go with the Hoosiers. I know they coming off a, coming off a bad loss. I don't know if I call it bad. Well, the way they played, I'd call it a bad loss. They played good in the first half. Well, most of the first half against Cincinnati. About 3 minutes left in the first half, they just fell apart. I mean, completely fell.
Two or three touchdowns real quick. Right there at the end of it. It was like the game was like 14-10, and next thing you know, it's 31.
I was gonna say, guys, when you get to baseball, need a little help with the 14 parlay. Uh, we did talk a little baseball, but I will be giving out my baseball picks here in just a little bit, John. Thanks for joining us, John. But no, so I like IU against the. I never did say who they were playing. So I was looking at
Cincinnati.
they played Cincinnati last week.
Nebraska.
Yeah, they're playing Nebraska this week. I use a 5.5 point underdog. I think I used a better team. I think IU's going to win the game, but I like IU at plus 5.5.
I agree.
I think this could be a close game.
I agree, but IU got to start playing better.
Yeah.
They're beating. They outscored Cincinnati like 24-7, 21-7 in the second half. They got too far behind.
Well, what I was going to say before I read that, John was in that first half of that game. They were right in that game till the last 3 minutes, and then they had a turnover and gave up a point, and it gave up a touchdown. And something. Then they had like a 3-and-out and gave up good field position, gave up another score right before halftime, and you just beat good teams. You can't that can't happen. So that's the games I have for tomorrow in college football. And then I have an underdog money line parlay for college football for tomorrow, and that's Texas Tech at plus 230 on the money line, Kentucky at plus 210 on the money line, NC State at plus 215 on the money line, and then Indiana at plus 176 on the money line. That's my four-team underdog money line parlay for college football for tomorrow. I'll go back over all the college football picks here after we get done. But yeah, money line parlay: Texas Tech at plus 230, Kentucky plus 210, NC State at plus 215, Indiana at plus 176. I didn't check to see what I'd pay out, but I'd pay out pretty good because 3 out of the 4 are plus 200 or more underdogs. I think they all have good chances of winning.
I've got a parlay, a college parlay for Saturday too. Also, I got Rutgers plus 40 and a half against Ohio State, Penn State plus 24.5 against Northwestern, Arizona minus 17.5 against Colorado, plus 6.5. $10 bet would be worth 72.
Okay. All right. While he steps out for 1 second, here's my baseball picks for today. I kind of broke them down here just a little bit ago, but we'll go back. I was going to go back to them anyway here later in the show. But while he steps away before we move on to start talking some NFL, in Major League Baseball, I like the Yankees on the money line. I like the Blue Jays money line. I like the Guardians money line. And I like the Seattle Mariners at minus 1.5. Hey, John, what was the parlay you were thinking about doing for a 4-team for Major League Baseball? But yeah, I like the Yankees, the Blue Jays, Guardians, and Mariners are the 4 picks I gave out today for baseball. Yankees are on an 8-game home win streak. You got the Blue Jays who's been playing tough. Guardians are playing tough. They're playing the Royals who have lost 4 of their last 5 games. The Mariners, have been playing pretty good, battling there for a playoff spot. The Athletics have lost. They're playing against Oakland Athletics. Athletics have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Athletics don't have nothing to play for where the Mariners still do. I like the Mariners on the minus 1.5 there because they're pretty big favorites. And then in college football, I'll go ahead and recap my college football picks real quick before we move on to the NFL. I like Michigan minus 10.5, Oklahoma minus 5.5, like Texas Tech plus the 7.5 points, Oklahoma State plus 2.5, and I like the Indiana Hoosiers plus 5.5. In my underdog money line parlay, Texas Tech plus 230, Kentucky plus 210, NC State at plus 215, and Indiana plus 176. Well, I had 3 of them for you. Asked him what he was thinking on his parlay, and 3 of the ones he said are 3 of the baseball picks I gave out.
Oh, really?
Yankees, Blue Jays, and Mariners. And then the Guardians was the other team I really like, John. They won their division. They've been playing good baseball, and the Royals have not been playing good baseball. Like I said, they lost 4 of their last 5 games. So the Guardians was the other team that I really liked today. Uh, you have the Braves and the Mets game, which is going to be a real good game, and you can get the Mets actually as an underdog. You went with Seattle Padres, Dodgers, and Braves. That's another. Okay. And I like that one too because you get like I said, you get the Braves as underdogs at home. You know, and as good as that Braves team is, there's not very often that you can get them plus money at home. Did you have any college football for Saturday? Did you already?
That one was Saturday.
Okay. Okay. All right. Ready to move on to some NFL? Yeah, some big games in the NFL this week too. We already know one of my picks, Indianapolis Colts. I like the Colts over Tennessee this weekend. It's a big game for the Colts. You can't afford to lose this game. You've already tied one division game, lost another division game, and you play the Broncos after this game, and then 2 more division games. You got to win these division games because you're running out of division games to win. Big game for the Colts. Colts offensive line they improved a little bit last week. They need to play a little bit better. They need to keep improving. Defense needs to play like they did last week. Key to the game to me is we have to stop Derrick Henry. If we can stop Derrick Henry, make Ryan Tannehill beat you throwing the ball. If he beats us throwing the ball, hey, you got to tip your cap to him. But don't let their best weapon, Derrick Henry, wreck the game.
He's probably going to get 90, 100 yards, 110. That's fine. Can't let him go crazy and get 200 yards.
Yeah, control the game. Yeah, you can't let him wreck the game. If you let him wreck the game like that, it's going to be a long day.
And I think Tannehill's he's had success actually running.
Yeah, he can run the ball.
He's had success running football, so we got to keep an eye on that too. Key for us is both sides of the ball. But they both have to play well, especially the offense. The defense is they have one real bad game, but the other 2 games were pretty good for the most part. So the offensive line played their best game last week, and it wasn't great. So we got to continue to get better. Hopefully, that we make strides with that. And I'm expecting a win, so we'll see.
Another game I like is the Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be in London. Early game on Sunday, 9:30 in the morning.
They did move Thomas out.
Yeah, Thomas is out.
Winston's out, so it's not looking. Who's the?
I wonder if it's that Taysom Hill. I'm not sure if they use him or if they got another one, somebody else. But I like the Vikings in this game. You get them at -3. I think they win this game by more than a field goal myself.
Get a -3.
Let me double check that. Make sure that's what they were. I just said that. Let me make sure that these odds are the same. They might have changed with the injuries coming out. This was as of last night. Culture actually, or Culture still at 3.5 point favorite. So that one's fine. No, Vikings are still 3 point favorite. I'm surprised that hasn't.
What's being doubtful?
I'm surprised that hasn't went up.
Thomas been out. I'm surprised. I'd jump on that quick.
I like the Vikings. Other game I like the New York Giants or Chicago Bears against the New York Giants. I like the New York Giants -3 at home. Uh, Giants are 3 point favorites for -162 on the money line. So even if you want to take them on the money line, it's not bad value. The Bears are at +136 on the money line. Over unders at 39.5. And this could be a game that is under 39.5. I can see this being a low scoring game. I like the Giants. I like what they're doing on defense. Daniel Jones is playing probably probably at the best level he's played at so far. I'm not turning the ball over a lot. Looks a lot more free out there than what he used to with Dable. I like what Dable's doing there. And I mean, in all honesty, the Giants had a chance to beat the Cowboys last week. It wasn't like they just got blown out on Monday night. They had chances to win. They had chances to win that game. And the Bears offense just is so sluggish. It's like they don't want to commit to. They don't want to commit to just letting Justin Fields. Sometimes you got to take the training wheels off. They don't. They don't want. They don't want him to just play free. Well, sometimes he only throws the ball 12, 15 times a game. And then you got and you and they try to run the ball, but most of the time they haven't had a whole lot of success running the ball either. Uh, I like their defense, and I mean their players play hard. They're playing hard for Eberflus. I think they believe in him and his system and everything. But I think Eberflus made and the Bears made a mistake when they brought this Getsy in as offensive coordinator. And nothing against Getsy. He's a guy that was around like Aaron Rodgers and them, and they get your name, but it's not just that. So when they brought in Eberflus, everybody knows Eberflus is a defensive coordinator, defensive minded coach, and he's good. He's great at that. If you're going to bring in a coach like that, especially when you have a young quarterback at field, to me, why do you bring a guy in that's never been an offensive coordinator before? You bring in an experienced guy to be your offensive coordinator.
Somebody like Caldwell, somebody like that.
You bring somebody that knows how to run an offense in to work with that young quarterback, not a guy that's never been an offensive coordinator. To me, that didn't make much sense for the Bears when they done that. I like the Giants -3. Other game I like in the NFL is going to be my last pick for the NFL, and also have a parlay. I like the Cleveland Browns over the Atlanta Falcons. The Browns are 1.5 point favorites on the road, -122 on the money line. Falcons are +104 on the money line. Over unders at 47.5. This is another game I could see being under the 47.5. I like the Browns here. Browns to me are just a better team, even with Brissett in the quarterback position. The Browns are a better team than the Falcons. Uh, Browns are better on defensive side of the ball. I think they're better offensively, especially with that run game they have with the two-headed monster of Chubb and Hunt running the ball. And Brissett's played good for him. He's managing the game. He's not making big mistakes that hurt him. I like the Cleveland Browns at the -1.5 against the Atlanta Falcons. Did you have any NFL
I've got some
parlays? And my NFL parlay is an underdog money line parlay. And for my underdog parlay, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars at +235, upsetting the Philadelphia Eagles. And then I have the Denver Broncos at +120 over the Las Vegas Raiders. And then I like the Los Angeles Rams at +104 against the San Francisco 49ers. I think the 49ers are just as good, if not better than the Rams. I really do. What worries me about the 49ers is they lost their offensive lineman, that Trent Williams. And when they lost him the other Sunday night game at the end of that first half, that offense never looked the same without him in there. They couldn't lock him. So that scares me. Uh, so my money line parlay for the NFL. 3-team parlay, Jacksonville plus 235 on the money line, Broncos plus 120, and the Rams at plus 104. John Moreau, John, John Moreau said, "You're 100% correct. They got to let him loose." Talking about Justin Fields. Yeah, you're not doing yourself no favors by not letting them loose, because if you don't let them loose, you don't know what you got. So you can say, "Oh, okay, he's not the guy," and you let him go, and then he end up somewhere where they let him actually play. He might be good. I'm not saying he is. I don't. Well, when he was coming out of college, I was a little down on him a little bit, because I felt like he was a little slow reading the defense. Sometimes he'd hesitate before he would throw that ball down the field. And in college you have a whole lot bigger windows to throw in the ball to. NFL, it's tight windows. Your guys aren't what is considered open in NFL is considered covered in college football. So, what's up, Mike Hughes? So my NFL picks this week, I have the Vikings -3, Colts minus Colts are minus or their favorites -3.5. Giants for some reason I didn't put the minus on there. Yeah, I did. I just put it back. Giants at -3 and the Browns -1.5. And then my money line parlay, underdog money line parlay for the NFL would be Jacksonville Jaguars at plus 235, Broncos at plus 120, and the Rams at plus 104. That's the picks I like this weekend for the NFL.
Parlays. First one I have is I got Philadelphia, and I was looking at I got -6.5 Jacksonville. Then I had the Chargers -5. The Texans. I'm surprised that
Eagles are still say Eagles, right? They're
Yep.
still -6.5.
the Chargers -5.
That's one up to 5.5.
Okay, and then this was one that surprised me. I took Arizona over Carolina, and Arizona was +1.5.
Yeah, I saw that they had Arizona as a slight underdog. Well, actually, well, yeah, at +1.5. But then if you look at the other one, they do have them a slight underdog, but they have a -102 on the money line, and they have the Panthers at -116 on the money line. So they had a game real close to a pick.
So that was my first parlay. My second parlay, I've got this different than what you had. Of course, I think as far as the points go, this had Minnesota -5.5. So I think Minnesota to the side. I also had Arizona win money line over Carolina, and I had Baltimore win money line over Buffalo. $10 bet plus 738. $10 bet would be worth 83.80 on that one. The other one I gave was plus 597. A $10 bet would be worth 69 cents.
Who was it? Arizona over Carolina, Baltimore over Buffalo. Baltimore's an underdog in that game at home. That kind of surprised me with all the injuries that the Bills have, and that game being.
Now Baltimore's offense. I know Baltimore's defense ain't look real good, so it could be a big shootout. But like you said, Buffalo's defense is hurting right now. So that should be a real good game. Should be an interesting game to watch. That's probably what
Indian market break up.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Thanks, Mike Hughes.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah, thank you.
He said it wasn't bad, just a little bit.
Yeah, I was really surprised at Arizona.
Well, and he also said that Pop's got the Mike Dick glasses. I love it. But no, kind of recap real quick before we get out of here. Major League Baseball picks for tonight. I like the Yankees on the money line, Blue Jays on the money line, Cleveland Guardians money line, Seattle Mariners at -1.5. My 4 picks tonight for Major League Baseball. College football for Saturday, like Michigan at the -10.5, Oklahoma -5.5, Texas Tech +7.5, Oklahoma State at +2.5, and then I like Indiana Hoosiers plus 5.5 against Nebraska. And in my college underdog money line parlay, and if this was hit, it would pay pretty good odds. Like I said, three teams are plus over plus 200 underdogs, like Texas Tech plus 230 on the money line, Kentucky at plus 210 on the money line, North Carolina State at plus 215 on the money line, and then I like the Indiana Hoosiers at plus 176 on the money line. That's what I have on college football. Dad had a couple college football parlays if you want
Yeah,
to.
yeah. I'll go through them again. The first one's a Friday one. It's not. I got Houston minus 2.5 against Tulane. I have Texas San Antonio minus 4 over Tennessee, Middle Tennessee. Washington minus 3.5 over UCLA. Odds on that was plus 595. $10 bet would be worth 69 cents. And then on Saturday parlay, I was taking the points with Rutgers plus 40.5 against Ohio State. Penn State plus 24.5, minus 24.5 against Northwestern. And Arizona minus 17.5 against Colorado. $10 bet of plus 625 is worth 72.8.
All right, and to recap my NFL picks real quick, one more time. I like the Minnesota Vikings at the -3, Indianapolis Colts -3.5, New York Giants -3. Sorry, Mike Hughes. I just can't trust the Bears right now. And then the Browns at the -1.5. And my underdog money line parlay for the NFL, three-team parlay. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars at plus 235, Broncos at plus 120, and the Rams at plus 104. Uh, Picks this week so far. We didn't have an easy money show on Monday. So far for the week, I went picks yesterday were 4-2. So far for the week, the picks have been 10-6 on the week, which is pretty good. So I went 4-2 yesterday. Last night I had the Bengals at the -3.5. Was right. South Carolina State plus 39.5. They covered. BYU didn't cover the -24. They won the game, but they didn't cover -24. I had the Red Sox money line. They won. I had the Brewers money line. They lost. And I had the Mariners money line. And they beat the Rangers last night. So 22 I lost was BYU not covering and then the Brewers losing the game. So yesterday was 4-2. 2 days before that, we're 3-2. So we're 10-6 on the week. Heading into a big weekend of football. Like I said, baseball picks for tonight. Yankees money line, Blue Jays money line, Guardians money line, and the Mariners -1.5. Do you have anything to add before we jump out of here?
No.
All right, before we get out of here, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, with Easy Money, a sports betting show. You can find us on the Gonzo Sports Room Network, on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Also on the All Sports All Plays Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well. Please go hit that subscribe button on the YouTube page at Gonzo Sports Room. We'd greatly appreciate it. We have a bunch of, if you're a wrestling fan, we got a bunch of pro wrestling stuff on there. About anything sports you can find on our YouTube page. Also, go hit the subscribe button on the All Sports All Plays YouTube page as well. Got a lot of talented guys over there. You can catch Mike Hughes over there. You can also catch Unscripted over there. We'll be live tomorrow, Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We got a great morning show every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Go check out ASAP in the morning. Then I have the ASAP Afternoon Blitz Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern over there on ASAP. A lot of shows over there. Go check them out as well. But on the Gonzo Sports Room this weekend, we got a lot of stuff going on. 6 p.m. Eastern night, we have Horseshoe Talk for Indianapolis Colts show. That's on the All Sports All Plays Network as well. You can find it on both networks, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, live at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. Then at 11 o'clock tonight, Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. That's also on both networks, Gonzo Sports Room and the All Sports All Plays Network at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Then tomorrow on both networks again, we have a big wrestling show, DCCW Cornfield Carnage, featuring WWE Hall of Famer and WWE Hardcore legend Mick Foley will be in the house. Never know what Mick Foley's going to do, so I recommend watching it because you're not going to be disappointed in the show. And then also featuring WWE legend, the Boogeyman. Boogeyman's awesome. We got to see him live a year ago. It'll be a great match. I have no doubt about that. A lot of young independent talent. A lot of independent talent on this card that's been on that are regulars on OVW. Have been regulars on AEW Dark. You have guys on this card that have been WWE Prospect. You got guys that's actually done a little bit with has made appearances on WWE before. So I mean, you got a lot of great stuff going on. We have a big battle royal match that turns into a fatal four way. So you don't want to miss this show. If you're around the Indiana area and you can be there live, it's in Portland, Indiana, at the Jay County Fairgrounds in the Butt Building. Doors open at 6. Show will starts at 7. Ticket ticket information. General admission tickets are $15. Second and third row are $25. First row sold out. But if you plan on going, tickets go up $5 tomorrow at the door. If you want a general admission ticket tomorrow at the door, it's going to be 20 instead of 15. You can still get tickets today at jcountyfair.com. If you're wanting to purchase tickets, get on there and you can order you some tickets and get that taken care of. I would get them now. I wouldn't wait till tomorrow just because. Ooh, fresh snap, there's foul. You just never know because I mean we could wake up tomorrow and we could get a phone call saying it's sold out. So I mean I know tickets have been from what I hear tickets have been flying yesterday and this morning from what I've been told.
You were talking about OVW. So people know after promotion owned by Al Snow down in the Kentucky area, down in that area. And OVW for many years was WWE's farm system. It's no longer the farm system, has been for a while. But they still have a great promotion that actually sells more tickets than what Impact Wrestling does. They're on Fight TV every week, a weekly show on Thursdays. They tour around, they draw pretty big crowds. They've got a lot of great talent. And so when you say you got some OVW talent, that's very good talent. Plus, the normal DCCW people, plus the big names they're bringing in. It's going to be a fantastic show.
There and some people, if you're wrestling fans, you'll know some of the names that's been like on AEW and OVW, like Hollywood Haley J, Ari Alexander, Jake Oman. Jake Oman's one of the best on the independent scene. Period. And you're going to have IK3, who I believe is one of the best out there as well. Ex WWE prospect X Royal, who's also a DCCW world champion and will be defending his title. Like I said, you're going to have a big battle royal that when it gets down to the last four turns into a fatal four way for the United States Championship. Which right now is Jackson Morgan, big monster. Jackson Morgan's the United States Championship. He can't be happy about that match.
I like Real. I've been the champions there at CW now for quite a while. And voted last year the best tag team in Indiana. Definitely one of the best tag teams in the Midwest. We've seen him go toe to toe with Primo and Epico here a few months ago. I mean,
Rock and Roll Express.
Rock and Roll Express. I like Real. The twin brothers. They're outstanding. You will not be disappointed when you see them go.
And if you check out our show from last night, we put out a completion of about 8 matches from earlier matches this year, from 8 matches from earlier shows this year of DCCWs. And like the match he just mentioned about the highlight reel against Epico and Primo, that was on there. The Rock match where they wrestled the Rock and Roll Express, it's on there. You can also catch the Hope Elijah Burke against Dex Royal. And so, I mean, if you are going to watch tomorrow and you've never seen DCCW, check out that show from last night, and that'll give you an idea of some of the wrestlers that will be there. But yeah, DCCW puts on a great show. I'm expecting nothing less than that tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing a live watch along for the Colts Titans game, 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday. If you're a football fan, or a Colts fan, or a Titans fan, or if you just want to watch some football and talk some football while you're watching it, join us 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday for that. That's also going to be on the All Sports All Plays Network and the Gonzo Sports Network. We got a busy weekend of stuff of content that'll be coming out. Like I said, please hit the subscribe buttons, like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on there. That's where we put most information about our shows. But other than that, hope everybody has a great weekend. Stay safe. We will see you guys hopefully later on for the other shows. But we'll see you guys on Easy Money again Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Have a great weekend and stay safe.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're out in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.